Hello fellow Scarybobs, this is legendary Milos Zaman back at it again, and today we are doing yet another UFC tier list. I found this online. It is a lightweight UFC tier list. Some people were missing, but it was mostly a ranked people tier list, except that there was someone like a Drew Dober who isn't ranked at the moment. I added some more lightweights that I know, even though they are unranked, so it's going to be missing some people for sure, but these are the ones that I know myself well enough and I can rank properly. So let's start. Okay, Michael Chandler. I'm instantly going to put him into B tier because I think he's actually a very solid fighter, very dangerous. He can wrestle, he's explosive, he has power, he's a decent striker, you know. And the thing is, he has given pretty much every top lightweight a run for his money, like straight up. I mean, that Charles Oliveira fight, he nearly finished him in round one. Then the Gaethje fight was very close, and if he fought a bit smarter, he could have won. Dustin Poirier fight, he was clearly winning, and then got caught in a submission. The thing is, his stamina isn't great, but the biggest problem of his is his lack of IQ. Like, he fights very dumb, straight up. But if he got some of those top victories, I could even put him A, but because even though they were close, he lost pretty much all of them. So I'm gonna put him in the middle. He's a big threat, but he's not perfect. Okay. Beneil Dariush. I honestly want to put him C or D. I don't think he's that good. I'm gonna put him in C. I think most people in the division now beat him, to be honest. At one point, I actually thought he was really good. Even though before I did not think he was really good, because I don't know, his striking is lackluster, his chin is mediocre. He has power, but his technique isn't there, and his grappling is good, sure, but it's like still not as good as some of the other people in the division. But now he is getting chinned by everybody. He couldn't do shit to Charles even when he took him down. I still think I'm gonna put him C. I think some people are worse than him. Okay. Drew Dober. Because his name is Drew Dober, let's put him in D. No. Let's put him in D tier overall. I mean, he's an alright fighter. He has power, he's dangerous, but his grappling isn't all there. And he has lost to a lot of people in the division, so no offense to Drew Dober, but compared to most people here, he's D tier. Rafael dos Anjos. I guess I should be ranking him right now. I mean, right now... Wait, who has he fought last? I mean, he fought Luque and lost to Luque, but it was a very close fight. I don't know, I still think he's got it, but maybe I'll put him in C right now, because he still got it, but he's old at this point. But he's the BMF straight up. I mean, he fights. He fought pretty much everybody for like years in this division. Every killer. He has even fought killers like Us, but at other people at 170, you know? So, yeah. He's... Overall, I would put him much higher, like B or maybe even A, just because, yeah, he's a beast in his prime, but right now he's probably like C, because a lot of people probably beat him in this division. Rafael dos Anjos. Wait, sorry, what am I saying? Rafael Fiziev. Okay, Rafael Fiziev. I thought he was really, really good, but then he got exposed by Gaethje a bit. I mean, it was still a competitive fight, but he got exposed. His lack of stamina is a problem, for sure. A big problem. And I guess he does have very good takedown defense, which is good, but even with that, Mateusz Gamrot was able to take him down a few times. That fight was... I mean, that fight, it was an injury. I can't really say anything about that, but still, it looked like the first round Rafael was doing very well, but then Mateusz was taking over the fight as it went, and then his leg snapped. I'm gonna put him maybe beat here. I mean, he's a good fighter for sure, but he definitely has a lot of flaws, and he's not as good as we thought. Justin Gaethje. I guess I gotta put him 8 here. I know that he just got destroyed by Max Holloway, and his technique isn't the best on the feet, but he has improved a lot for sure. He's a lot better now. He beat Dustin Poirier, who I am, spoiler alert, most likely going to put 8 here too, who is a great fighter. He has beaten him. He beat Rafael Fiziev, who I put beat here. I'm gonna put him in 8 here. He's very dangerous. He does have a lack of grappling for sure. I mean, he's got decent takedown defense at least. Okay, Mateusz Gamrot. I'm also going to put him beat here. I think he's a good grappler for sure. Very solid grappler, but mostly wins decisions. Does not have much of a submission threat. And his striking is not that good. I mean it's alright, but even Beneil Dariush was able to outstrike him, so yeah, I'm gonna put him in beater. I know that he lost to Beneil, but overall I still think he's at the moment a better fighter than Beneil. Okay, Bobby Green. I think he's decent. I like to watch him. He's fun to watch for sure. But I think he probably loses to a lot of people, like pretty much everybody here on the list. He loses to, I would say he beats Drew Dober, but the thing is they already fought and he actually lost to him. So, I mean, I expected him to beat Drew Dober, but he got caught by a big punch and laid out, I think, if I am not mistaken. So I guess I'm gonna put him next to Drew Dober. Dan Hooker. I think it's probably C. I mean, he still got it somewhat. He's washed for sure, but he still got it somewhat. He was able to beat Jalen Turner. He hasn't fought in a while, though. I do dislike his personality a lot. He's a crybaby, pretty much. He's been crying about that Islam loss for like 2 years now. Before that, he talked shit, got destroyed in 1 round, and keeps talking shit, made excuses. Started that bullshit about Islam IV shit without any proof, even though he said he'll bring proof and he didn't, so he's just lying blatantly, and it's BS. Okay, there's no need to explain this one. He's the champ. I mean, he has beaten Charles, Volk, just absolutely great fighters, and now he's gonna fight Dustin Poirier. He's just super well rounded. His grappling is great, both his takedowns, wrestling, and his submissions. His striking is actually really good now, and he's getting some finishes now, so that's nice. Okay, Renato Moicano. I did not think that highly of him. I'm gonna be honest, I did not think that highly of him. Apart from his personality. I mean, his personality is great, his post-fight interviews. But now he just beat Jalen Turner, which is actually a very good win. And when I'm looking at it, I'm actually going to put him in beater too. Because I think he pretty much beats all these guys right here at the moment. I guess Rafael dos Anjos beat him. But it was like 2 years ago when Rafael was still looking better, and maybe even longer, I don't know. And he stepped up on like a 5-day notice.
This is disrespect. I took a fight, 5-round fight in 4 days notice. Short day notice. I drinking beer, eating steaks in Brazil.
Out of shape and everything, so yeah. But yeah, he beat Jalen Turner, very impressive win, and he's actually got good grappling, decent striking, and I hope he continues to do well, because as a person, as a personality, character, he's just great. Charles Oliveira, gotta put him A as well, 100%. I mean, he has done so much, beaten almost everybody like at the top in the division, and he's also very well rounded. He struggles against those wrestlers for sure, but apart from that, he can still cause trouble to them by having submissions, but he does struggle against those very, very good wrestlers who, like Arman, like Islam, who just can defend submissions and keep you down. And he also just doesn't like ground and pound at all. Like, his big weakness is ground and pound for sure. Dustin Poirier, also gotta put him, not gonna lie, I'll put him above Justin Gaethje. I just have to. I mean, I know that Justin Gaethje beat him in a rematch, but it was the perfect shot. I still think Dustin Poirier, technically and everything, is a better fighter. And they are 1-1 though. Yeah, I still think Dustin Poirier is a better fighter. Okay, Benoit Saint Denis. I'm gonna put him in B tier. I'll have to sort these tiers in like by order, because right now these are by order in A tier from like best to worst in my opinion. These aren't. But yeah, Benoit Saint Denis, I think he's a really solid fighter. He does have a lack of defense, but he is powerful. He's a decent striker, and he's got very good grappling. He did quite well against Dustin Poirier, even with staff. That first round, he was clearly beating him up, and even the second until he started getting clipped. I do feel like Dustin Poirier's win against him is a bit overrated, even though I thought that Benoit would beat him. But why is it overrated? Because people act like it was the greatest performance or something, even though Dustin Poirier was getting beat up for the whole 2 rounds until he clipped him like a couple of times and dropped him. But it was still a great win. I'm just saying that it wasn't as good of a performance from Dustin as people say it is. Arman Tsarukyan, I'm actually gonna put him in S tier right now, to be honest. I think he's probably the biggest threat to Islam in the division. He just beat Charles Oliveira, which is very impressive. Some people say that he shouldn't have gotten that win because of the submission threats, but let's be honest, he held him down like pretty much almost every round. That second round he landed so many ground and pound shots, elbows and stuff, and it was very impressive, even though it was a boring fight. I do feel like he will be a tough fight for Islam Makhachev, but at the end of the day, I think they'll probably strike more and Islam will just outstrike him. Okay, Jalen Turner. I'm actually going to put him in C tier. I mean, he's a dangerous guy, very, very tall, with a long reach, has power, but he does have a big lack of grappling. And he has pretty much no heart. He just quits, you know. I don't know. So he just doesn't have it in him. Okay, Max Holloway. 8 here again. Wait, where do I put him? I'm gonna put him above Dustin Poirier. I think right now he beats Dustin Poirier. Last time they moved up, he moved up. They had a close fight, and I think Max has improved since then. And he moved up on short notice. He was fat, not built up to that division, so now I think he beats Dustin Poirier, even though stylistically it's still a harder fight than Justin Gaethje. I think it would be a hard fight, but I think he would win. Yeah, but nothing else needs to be said. I mean, he just destroyed Justin Gaethje, very impressive, and I think he can beat most people in the division, apart from maybe like Arman, Islam. I think he actually probably beats Charles, I'm gonna be honest, so... But it's hard to say. Maybe if Charles gets him down, he can win. Paddy Pimblett. He had that robbery decision win against... I forgot his name, but... Yeah, he had that. His striking... he has power, but his striking is kind of mediocre. His grappling is alright, but his wrestling is just a big weakness of his... He needs to be able to take people down to use his grappling. I'm just going to put him in D tier. I really don't think that highly of him. Tony Ferguson at this point is D tier 100%. I mean, there is nothing else that needs to be said. Matt Frovol, I mean, he's a good fighter. He knocked out Drew Dober, but at the end of the day, compared to most people, he's still D tier, I think. And Thiago Moises, same thing, to be honest. Decent fighter, gave Islam Makhachev a tough fight, but at the end of the day, he still has lost to a lot of people, and he's not a great fighter compared to most people here. Okay, so let's sort this out. I think over here, I'm actually gonna put Michael Chandler as number 1. I'm gonna put this guy as number 2. Rafael Fiziev, or I'm gonna put Benoit Saint-Denis actually. Maybe high. Nah, actually, I don't know. Rafael Fiziev has fought more top guys. We've seen more. He's still relatively unproven. So, yeah, but I'm gonna put Benoit over Renato Moicano. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put Jalen Turner as last. Probably gonna put Rafael Fiziev. I still think he has more things left in him. Yeah, this is good, I think. And then here, who's the best? I mean, Tony Ferguson has to be last. I mean, he pretty much loses to everybody. I don't know. This is interesting because Matt Frovolo beat Drew Dober. Drew Dober beat Bobby Green, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they are like better than. I still think Bobby Green is like the best. I think he got caught by the perfect shot by him. Then I'm gonna put maybe Matt Frivola. Then I'm gonna put Thiago Moises. Then Drew Dober. Then Paddy Pimblett. And then Tony Ferguson. So guys, this is my list right here of most lightweights. Not every lightweight, but the ones that were here and the ones that I added. So guys, hit the like, hit subscribe, and comment down below your opinion whether you agree with this tier list or not.
Three! I never stop, motherfucker! Never! Basic suit my balls!